Music perception is unique in human, same as speech perception. Music and speech perception has many similarities, includes complex phrase structures, and its perception entails the mapping of sound onto meaning and emotion. Therefore, music perception allows in recognizing the melodies even with variation in keys, tempos, and instruments. Sound waves from music contain complex features. Thus, music perception system scene analysis in the auditory system is unique. In a complex listening environment, other than deciphering differing sources, decoding differing aspects or features in complex musical signals is essential in music perception system. For example, meter, which provides cues to the temporal structure and rhythm, intervals and codes, which aid in decoding melody, and timbre, which aids in deciphering the musical instrument or human voices. Music has complex features, and its perception involves many processing stages in auditory system and across brain region, whereby the processing of music comprises of feedback and feed-forward system and making contact to association areas related with stored memories and experiences. As we discussed minutes ago, music signal has basic physical elements, includes frequency, intensity, and time. The aspect of physiological in music, such as frequency and time, correspond to pitch of the music, how high or how low a note sounds, and temporal structure or music's pattern in time. Melodic features in music are processed preferentially in the right hemisphere. Is the processing system for music perception differ from speech perception or language perception? Music structural or syntax and the musical meaning or semantics share neural territory with brain areas for language processing. There is at least one aspect that music differs from speech perception, which is strong emotions raises from music in listeners. Music evokes emotional experience, many moods inspired by music, although the music has no lyrics. Music makes us feel brave, happy, calm, nostalgic, and etc. The figure shows a model of music pathway by Stephen Koshel 2014. This model indicates that processing of music perception involves many pathways. When we hear a song, we feel the emotions from the lyrics and the music itself. Our foot and hands start moving to follow the beat, and our feeling corresponds to elements in music. The feeling either sad, happy, feel sexy, lonely. The music processing pathway include auditory limbic pathway, a somatic motor system, a visceromotor or autonomic system, and an acoustically activated vestibular pathway. The auditory limbic pathway is shown in turquoise, which process the sound features and conveys the neural signals that correlates to music evokes emotion. A somatic motor system is shown in dark blue, which is responsible for carrying motor and sensory information or action tendencies. This system plays a vital role in initiating and controlling the movements of your body, for example, dancing, foot tapping, and hands clapping. A visceromotor or autonomic system is shown in red color, which is correspond to an autonomic and endocrine function that responsible in physiological arousal. It is relating to automatic autonomic reflex, the motoric expression of emotion such as smiling. An acoustically activated vestibular pathway is shown in orange color, responsible for processing sound information for further process. Here is a summary of the brain structures and its function. They are known to be crucially involved in music evoke emotions, as highlighted by Stephen Kushel 2014, such as auditory cortex, amygdala, nucleus accumbens, hippocampus, hypothalamus, pituitary adrenal, insula, cingulate cortex, orbitofrontal cortex, thalamus, BA7 and BA8. For now, I would like to highlight and discuss on certain structures such as auditory cortex, amygdala, nucleus accumbens, and hippocampus. While for other regions, you can read and try to understand the paper from Stephen Kushel, 2014, and other reason-related article. Some of those regions and its function you can find it during our tutorial and discussion session. As we discussed previously, the auditory cortex is responsible for identifying the sound characteristic, the source or location. While for amygdala is the region that responsible in integrating cognitive and emotional information in reactions to music. The emotional reactions could be happy and calm in response to joyful music, and sad or fear in response to unpleasant music. Amygdala also connected with different other computational hubs or regions for further processing. Nucleus accumbens is the regions that sensitive to primary rewards such as food and drink, and secondary rewards such as money and power. This region involved in representing hedonic values such as fun and pleasant, and motivates, initiates, and fortifies behaviors if you compose your own song or music. To predict either your song can be sell or not, you must look at the functional connectivity between nucleus accumbens and the auditory cortex, and also nucleus accumbens and orbitofrontal cortex of your listeners. While listening to music, this network seems to be functionally connected. The value of the functional connectivity corresponds to a decision of the listener or individual to the song, which you can use these results to predict either they will buy or not the song. Hippocampus is the region that not only processes related to memory or learning, but also associated in processing music evoke tenderness, peacefulness, joy. Music evoke presence, a sudden strong feelings or excitement or sadness. Previous studies showed that emotion-related activity changes in the hippocampal formation, indicating its role in regulating of the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis mediated stress response. Thus, hippocampus formation is substantially involved in emotion. In other studies, functional connectivity between hypothalamus and the hippocampal formation has been shown in response to music evoke joy, which supports the notion that the hippocampus is involved in music evoke positive emotion that have endocrine effects associated with a reduction of emotional stress, such as lower cortisol levels. This figure shows a summary of brain structures and its function as well that might help you to understand this topic better. As for conclusion, now you can describe sound characteristic, how human process sound of music, describe the model that indicates the processing of music perception, describe the brain structure and function that involve music evoke emotion. As we know that human ears has the abilities of detecting and differentiate sounds. Emotion plays a role in music perception, whereby music is capable of evoking strong emotions. Music can be used to evoke variety of emotions. Music shows a potential as a tool for emotion regulation. There is also an interaction between music and action. So I hope that you understand the music and brain. Thank you.